Hey, welcome back to the How to Podcast series. If you have been around here for any length of time and listened to any episodes, you know that if I get a voice message, I'm like all over this. I can't wait to share this. I smile from ear to ear anytime somebody leaves me a voice message, and they did so. So I'm doing a little bonus episode to answer a question and to encourage you as a listener to go out and support a new podcaster. So yeah, there's that. So here's a message that I got in from the website. And if you're like, is Dave really going to respond if I send a message? Yes, because this just came in now. So how about I record an episode right now? And let's talk about this for a second, because it's a great question here on the How to Podcast series. Here we go. So I got a message from Christina, and she has a new podcast, and she has a question for the class. So I see that hand raised in the back of the room. Yes, Christina, I see you. And yes, you can ask your question, ask away, and I would love to answer this question. So first, from the website, howtopodcast.ca, links in the show notes, go there. Christina did. There's a little speak pipe icon on my website. You click it, you hit record, and you can do it as many times as you want till you feel like you've done it well. And hopefully that's not 100 times, but you have 90 seconds with this option. Record a message and send it to me. I get an email right away. I can hear it. You can hear it. We all can hear it. So here's Christina's question on the How to Podcast series.ca. Ready? Here we go.
Hi, Dave. This is Christina Al Zahrani, and I just opened my very first podcast. Yay! So I'm on Spotify and Anchor, and I actually haven't had anybody to interview. So Aww. I did my first podcast and interviewing AI, artificial intelligence with ChatGPT. So I thought I would leave you this little message on your website, and hoping that maybe you can give me some advice on how to find guests, how to hook up with other podcasters to do podcasting together sometimes. Or maybe you wouldn't mind being a guest with me, or I could be a guest with you. So my podcast is called The News as I See It with Christina Al Zahrani, and I enjoy your podcast. I've listened to quite a few of yours, and I've left a couple of comments, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, Christina, you made my day. Again, thank you for leaving a message. This is what it's all about, everyone. It's about community. It's about starting. It's about simple questions and simple answers. This is really something we can do together. I'm throwing my hat into the ring. Christina, I will come on your podcast anytime you want, as often as you want. I will annoy you as many times as possible. Please, anytime. So please let me know how we can make this work, and I will be there for you. Let's do this. This is great. As far as getting guests, and you can come on my show as a co-host. Open door anytime. Okay. So we have that established. Good. So there we go. 2 interviews done. As far as getting guests. So what I would suggest is to identify, as you have probably by now, listening to the podcast and doing your homework, to identify your audience. And my suggestion is to find a place where your audience gathers. So where do they hang out? Who are they and where are they? So Facebook is great. You can find Facebook groups for almost anything in the world. And my suggestion is to go into those sign up, join them, go into those Facebook groups, not to say, hello, everybody, I have a podcast and I want to promote myself. Come in and start being a part of the conversation. Just be there, contribute, make suggestions when people have questions, comment on people's posts. And you will naturally begin to see potential guests right there in front of you because you're all sharing about the same idea. So for the How to Podcast series, I go into lots of Facebook groups about podcasting and I just hang out. And again, I'm not there to be salesy. I'm not there to say, come to my podcast or hire me for your podcast to help you. I don't do that. I come in and I just join in the conversation. And naturally, it turns into people asking about the podcast. It turns into all of that. So just be part of the conversation is the one thing. And then I have offered through How to Podcast series, I will be your test dummy and I will come on your podcast and help you hone your skills as an interviewer and to give you a sense, and this is by no means bragging, just real numbers, 7 podcasts just over a year. I have over 400 episodes from all of them combined. And one of my podcasts in particular has 130 episodes in less than a year. So I talk to a lot of people. And part of my background is I worked and went to school for human resources. So I would do job interviews. So I've spent a lot of time going through interviews. And give you an example, I did one job interview, job fair at a local public library. It was me and one assistant. And the assistant was there to basically direct people to an empty table where there'd be 2 chairs and I would come to you, and it was like speed dating for job interviews. And I was working for a job placement company at the time. So I had, I think, 35 to 40 interviews over the course of that day. And it was a steady lineup and everyone was coming to see me. And I was like in my late 20s, early 30s. I didn't know anything. And here I am interviewing these people who are older than me, who are smarter than me, who are, unfortunately, they're looking for work and they're coming to me for the answer. So I was able to help them and help direct them towards jobs, but I was exhausted. And did I have somebody teaching me how to interview all these 35, 40 people? No. Just go do it and let us know how it went. So being thrown right into it really helped me learn. And I think the biggest thing that comes with interviewing people is to practice. And you don't have to release your episode when you practice. Really, not everything you record needs to go out into the world. Just be okay with that. You don't have to do that. And that's why I offer to come on and practice interviewing with people is if you want to use the episode, I'm thankful. That's great. And if you don't, perfect. You had a chance to practice. And if you want to practice 5, 6 times and get your chops up and ask good questions and figure out your style, do that before you release any episodes into the world. It's okay. It's okay to practice. Baseball players practice. I'm a guitar player. I practice. Actors, they practice. Movie stars, everyone practices. So there's no reason to think that you have to step up to your first episode and hit a home run. You don't. It's not natural. So yes, find where your people are. You know who your audience, you know who you're trying to reach. So just go hang out with them and just be there and be part of the party. That's really a simple way. And then you can always go on Facebook groups. There's ones that if you do hashtag be a guest or hashtag find a guest, you can search that through Facebook and join up in these groups. Again, don't promote your podcast. Don't be all spammy, but just be there and listen, and you'll catch on to people who will be great guests for you. So let's get on and talk about this together on the podcast. Thank you so much for leaving me a voice message. Again, I'm smiling, so happy. I hope you can feel that through the microphone, but yes, this is so cool. So Christina, anything I can do to help you, let me know. This is a bonus episode just about you. So send me a link to your podcast. I did a quick search. I'm looking for it. Send me a link so I can put all your information in the show notes. And, let's get together and record some episodes together and practice. And you're always welcome to come on the show. And if you have a question for me and the How to Podcast family, please reach out. And reminder that on the first Friday morning of every month at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we get together for a Zoom room, and we do this together as a group. You're invited. Contact me. I'll send you the link. Let's get you on the Zoom room with us. Ooh, the Zoom room. And let's talk podcasting. And let's help each other. Okay? We'll have a topic. We'll have question and answer. And then we'll go around the room and look for guests. Christina, look for guests and offer to be a guest with other podcasters. If there's one person that shows up to this room, awesome. If there's 100, awesome. I have no idea what's going to happen, but let's put it out there and see what happens. So, howtopodcast.ca. Remember, .ca, because I'm from Canada. .ca. Howtopodcast.ca is where you find me. And let's connect. Thank you, Christina, for your message. And everyone, go podcast. You have homework to do. Cheers. Thanks for being part of the podcast.